Welcome to issue 244 of Critical Encounters, a podcast about Marvel Champions, a living card game by Fantasy Flight Games. Here, we take a good look at the most critical piece of the game, the encounter sets. We'll discuss those poorly understood characters, unfairly labeled villains, and their various plans to shape humanity and benefit the planet, as well as those so-called heroes intent on thwarting them. I'm one of your hosts, Steve, and joining me tonight is, hold on, let me think about it. It's Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Me? I'm here.
Daniel?
I am here.
Yes, you are here.
What's up? How are you?
I knew it. Good. I'm doing good. We are not alone, though, in the lair. We are joined by our number 3, Michael. Hi, Michael.
Hello. You knew that I was here, hey?
Hey, Michael. Do I normally call you Michael?
No, you don't.
Never.
Sorry. Yeah. Wow.
It's also the first time you've ever called him number 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's better than number 2, like the last show.
Looks like I'm the big number 2, Mike.
You're the big number 2. Reference 242, folks.
Wow.
Oof. All right.
Hey, what's on your mind, Daniel?
What? Me? Well, you know what? I have a thank you. Patreon thank you. Steve, we've got to have, 6 million Patreons by now?
Yeah, we're working our way through the list, but there's a lot of folks. Thank you, folks.
Okay. Well, this thank you goes out to Mark Timmons. Now, we know him. He's on Discord. He's always chatting. We see him at Twitch sometimes. He's awesome. We love Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So we interact with him all the time. He sometimes drives new conversations. Hold on. Mike, do we have a driver?
Do we have a car?
No, yeah, we got the new the jalopy, right, Steve? Did you buy that?
Yeah, we just got that new jalopy. Thanks to the Hills Have Nerds guys.
Yeah. That's the thing that seats like 32 minions, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as they don't wear seatbelts, yeah.
Well,
or require fresh air.
Well, I mean, it's a clown car, let's be honest. So, Mark, we're going to make you a driver. A chauffeur? Yeah. And you know what? We need someone to drive into danger. Or, I mean, fun, scenic exploration drives. Like, not like front lines of battle or anything. But, you know, as long as he doesn't take up any villain parking spots in the garage, you should be good, right, guys?
Yeah. I think you can handle it.
So,
yeah.
Thanks, Mark. But really, Mark, thank you. And thank you for all the stuff you say and do on Discord. Love it.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, gratitude is great and all, Steve, but sure, we're not here for that. We're villains.
Wait, dude, this is your show again. You told us you were doing...
No.
You said you were doing Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, that was like,
you did.
You said that was in 3 months.
Or
that's what I heard in my mind.
Do you got anything, Steve?
I'm not prepared tonight again. Sorry.
Well, guys, I let you down. I'm so sorry.
No.
I really misunderstood last week. Oh.
Well,
we could make another villain.
No, we can't. Why don't we just watch some MTV?
Do you mean Mojo Television?
I sure do.
Awesome!
Inside.
okay, it's definitely lifting and pushing. And the flavor text is going to be the dung beetle likes lifting and pushing.
For clothes that Tristan lost.
Oh, hell and damnation. Is that a walking shark in a Western?
Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener.
Caleb, are you all right? Are you?
Spray Relief.
This attachment is for the birds.
These are awesome.
Pumpkin glider.
You two take care of labor.
Only intended for plain cat. Predator Strike and Counterpunch! Power World!
You don't want to die of cold. Toll free.
Walking on broken glass, walking on broken.
All right, listen up. We're on the tail of that son of a glitch, Magneto 2.6. He's been eluding us for months, but tonight we're gonna nail him. I mean, look at that.
I'll give you trouble. Pop your piece around the track if you get nails and more nails.
Oh, get it together, soldier. I'm sure it's fine. See, our lines are holding there just fine. There's nothing to...
After the honeymoon, but when I got back and I found out that he'd stolen Ben. Lies have gotten all of us into so much trouble.
Tonight, on Unsolved Villainies, an armed convoy is attacked by a lone assailant. Despite the use of decoy vehicles, the perpetrator knows exactly which one contains a shipment of precious vibranium. Though heavily armed, none of the guards fire a single shot, and in the aftermath, only a few even remember that the heist took place. Are these events simply coincidences? Or is the assailant actually gifted and using special mind powers to wreak havoc on society? Piecing together the few remaining eyewitness accounts gives us a picture of how the heist occurred, as this reenactment shows.
What was that?
Someone's out there.
What were you saying?
Oh, geez, I don't remember. Who are you?
Did you see that?
Hey, you! The vibranium is in the other truck. 2 vehicles back.
What? What are we doing again?
He's breached the door! Get him!
Hey, what the flark are you looking at?
It's your problem, buddy.
I'm not your buddy.
Screw you!
Yoink!
Oh my god, he stole the vibranium.
According to the internet, telepaths have many abilities. Called thought transference, they can transmit their thoughts to others, often at great distances. They can delve into your mind and extract your deepest secrets. Some are capable of sending more than just their thoughts, and can actually imprint emotions onto others. It is even said that a select few are capable of reading the future. Well, despite eyewitness accounts dating back almost 150 years, there are still detractors within the scientific community.
When we examine the literature, what we find over and over is that the experiments that purport to have confirmed telepathic communication are characterized by numerous flaws, including misapplied statistics, inadequate randomization, information leakage, such as inadvertently giving out handling cues, confirmation bias, expectation bias, a lack of proper controls, subjective validation.
Despite protests from Mr. Scientist, a psychic once correctly guessed my sister's friend's cousin's birthday.
It was actually like Sarah's birthday, or was it Jessica's? I don't remember. He was cute.
This psychic knows more than birthdays. Over the past decade, he has correctly predicted the death of 12 popular card games.
Spent a lifetime cultivating my inner eye. Now I see the world of card gaming for what it truly is. Call of Cthulhu, Legend of the Five Rings, The Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Star Wars, Destiny. I knew from the moment they were released that they'd be dead within a decade. 20 years tops.
We caught up with this psychic at Con of Heroes, a convention celebrating a game that, he says, is dying.
All these people hanging out together, laughing, pretending to have fun. They have no idea that they're playing a dying game. It's sad, really.
Will humanity ever be safe from the dangers of telepathy? Will the villain behind these recent crimes be brought to justice? Well, that's up to you, dear listeners. If you have a tip, call the helpline at the bottom of your screen. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on Unsolved Villainies.
This show's always been a load of crap.
I mean, I don't know. That one guy seemed like he wasn't wrong.
Well, that was...
well.
Yeah, I guess time will tell.
All this talk about telepaths has me thinking.
I get what you did there. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't mind a good pun.
Don't we have telepaths in our game?
Yeah. We have the Telepathy modular set. It comes in the Next Evolution box, used in Mr. Sinister, 5 cards, 4 by title. You want to talk about those?
What a fortuitous circumstance. All right, so this is Telepathy. Telepathy is a superpower with the text setup attached to the villain. It is permanent. It gives the villain +1 scheme, and it says attached villain gains the psionic trait and retaliate 1. So what do you guys think of Telepathy, or were you not listening?
What?
It's pretty good. I was totally focused.
Retaliate 1.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
+1 scheme.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of plus scheme cards. Usually they're attacks. So in being a mind card, blah, 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 it makes sense that it's, not giving him attack, but giving him scheme. I like that.
Yep. And we'll talk about this in Sinister, but he's got some very low threat thresholds on his schemes. This can be very brutal if it comes out first.
I like the unicorn horn coming out of his head.
And such a genetically improbable one. Look at that. How does that happen? A king has sex with a unicorn? A man with a horn has sex with a royal horse?
Oh, hey, is that Princess Unicorn? I thought they were all sold out.
They are now.
Cool. My horn can pierce the sky.
That's his mind power.
That's his, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why retaliate? I don't get it.
Because he knows
he
what's happening.
He knows what you're going to do.
Yeah,
he's one step ahead of you. Yeah.
Fine.
But he still puts himself in the way to get hit first.
Yeah, right.
Instead he can retaliate 1.
He's smart. He's just not that smart.
Yeah, that to me is a theme miss, but that's okay. It's okay.
Maybe it's psychic backlash he's giving you when you punch him, so you feel his pain. Wham! Ooh,
Ooh,
yeah,
that's really good.
I like that. You feel his pain. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mr. Sinister must live with teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm thinking of his obligation manufactured drama.
Yep. And look, it's got 2 teenagers in the art.
Oh, wow. This card is a little too real for me right now. Steve, can you read it? I can't.
Sure.
Thanks.
And for those who can't see the art, it's X-23 and Honey Badger fighting each other, but they're obviously mind controlled doing it. Because you can see the halo around their heads.
Yeah, you can see all the unicorn horns coming out of their heads.
That's a lot of unicorn horns.
Yeah.
My horn can pierce the sky.
Okay, manufactured drama is an obligation. Support you control cannot ready. When revealed, exhaust each support you control. If no supports were exhausted this way, this card gains Surge. Has the alter ego action to exhaust your identity and discard 1 card from the top of your deck for each support you control. Discard this card. 2 boost icons.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
Another situational one. Like Ms. Marvel hates this, but some characters like, yeah, whatever. This support doesn't even need to exhaust.
Yeah. Triskelion. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah. It's weird that it's manufactured drama. It's got pictures of people fighting themselves, and then it targets your supports.
Well, I mean, often supports are people, right?
Okay. Yeah. Some of them are
that's
personas.
your Aunt
yeah.
May and
Okay.
Iron Man's Pepper Potts, right? Like, so I get that sort of, right? Like, yeah. But you're right, Steve. I mean, like, how many supports are you putting out in a game usually? One?
Yeah, I think one or
There's
two.
not a lot of them,
It depends
right?
on the hero. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess depends on the build. I mean, if you're doing one of those like leadership decks where you use the command team, where it's like you remove the token so you get to ready the ally.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some support. Shield stuff has a lot of supports. Yeah. So what it might do is it might actually come out, take a support or two out of the game, and the person may never flip to clear it. They just might not care. So it might actually do something sometimes, maybe, in a weird way.
I guess.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now, rules clarification. The when revealed, exhaust each support you control. If no supports were exhausted, it gains surge. This card still stays in front of you, right? Even if it didn't exhaust anything, right?
Right.
Okay.
And
so then later supports won't ready.
Right. You get to use them once.
Like you can use them once, basically. Yep. Okay.
Oh, so throw this in Kang, where he cares about which obligations are in front of you.
Yeah, good call.
Oh.
Also, why did you read the obligation? I'm sitting right here.
Well, Mike, there's another one right now. Take it.
I'm just sowing some discord.
That's right, you are.
You're manufacturing drama.
This is the second obligation, sowing discord. Allies you control cannot ready. When revealed, exhaust each ally you control. If no allies were exhausted this way, this card gains surge. The alter ego action, spend 2 mental resources to discard this card. It has 2 boost icons.
Okay, so here are the allies. Here's messing with the allies. So it's one is messing up your allies, one is messing up your supports / personas. Yeah, okay, got it. Like it.
Good choice on the art, like choosing a hero who cares about her allies a lot.
Yeah. I like this card a lot.
Yeah. I kind of wish there was more of these. Lots more.
Well, you know what there's a lot of, Mike, is the treachery. One step ahead. There's 2 of those. When revealed, discard 1 random card from your hand. 2 random cards instead if the villain has the aerial trait. 1 boost and 1 special boost, and that special boost is if the villain is attacking, this attack gains overkill. That's weird. The boost has nothing to do with the one. Okay. Just join the cards.
No, it has to do with the aerial. It's hinting at the flight modular set.
Is it? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They all have a card that hints at another.
So there's method. Well, I mean the aerial trait, is in the when revealed. But what's happening in the art, Steve? Mike, you guys are...
I was wondering about that.
It looks like is he being worshipped or defeated?
I feel like they're holding him down.
Right. So who's one step ahead, him or us? I'm confused.
Because now he can retaliate 3 times.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that looks like maybe in the New Mutants, like it's like Wolfsbane or something wrapping arms around him.
I just don't get it.
Okay, so what's happening is he wants to be captured. It's all a ploy. You think you've defeated him, but really he's getting into your base so he can make you discard stuff. It's going in there and breaking something.
He has like the anti-aerial trait picture here. He's pinned down to ground.
Yeah.
My goodness, this makes zero. This might be, of all the cards in this game, the art makes the least sense to me of any of them. And I'll often talk about art disconnects, but this one is just, I don't get it.
Yeah, it is interesting. I wonder if at some point this card did something else, but they had already made the art for it or something like that.
Yeah,
or they had art for something else, and they're like, "We need it. We need another piece of art. Grab it."
Is that like the back of his cape hood thing is up over his head?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is he suddenly Lucille Ball? I just don't.
Steve, I think you're right. The artist credits are different on that card.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Art aside, it's a pretty weak card.
Art aside.
Art aside, it's super. I think it's super weak. Discard 1 random card. I mean, as when I'm playing, I hate discarding cards from my hand.
I hate discarding random cards even worse.
Random cards, yes, but you could end up with sowing discord. you could have to exile, exhaust all your allies, or the villain could attack you again, or something like that. This is like, okay, I've lost one card, but I don't know. It feels to me somewhat like those cards are like the villain heals 4 damage. You're like, okay, I don't have anything new on the board to deal with. I've just lost a half step or one step.
That's interesting. It's an interesting way to see it. Okay.
Now, 2 random cards, that's a different story too, especially for some of those heroes who have 4 hand size, like Colossus or Hulk or somebody like that. This is just wreck their turn if the villain has aerial as well. All right, overall thoughts on this set?
I don't mind it.
I like obligations, so I am pro this set.
I feel like this set can hit everybody exactly once. Because if you got lots of allies, do you really have a build that has all your supports? Like, do you care one way or the other?
I see.
I don't know.
All right, so let's take a minute. Let's talk about telepathy, flight, and super strength as a triple. Or should we save that for strife? I feel like we could talk about a triple here since we're talking about this one.
Sure.
Where they interact with one another and they care about each other's traits. And, where, other than Mr. Sinister, if Daniel does one of his multiple modular sets plays, or you're playing a scenario that lets you put in more than one, like Hood or Crossbones or something, you can really ramp the villain up by putting a couple of these in because they have their main card says set up and permanent on them, right? So they could start with the traits that interact with one another. They can start with the bonuses.
I mean, they should come as a 15 card package.
Yeah, you could treat them all as one giant modular set if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
You absolutely should, because then the villain gets 3 cards permanently attached to them.
That's a way to go back and make Rhino hard. You don't have to give him an Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay.
But you could do that too. Yeah.
There was that weekly one-shot where we had to play with all 3 of these or something like that. I think if you put in all 3, you play Super Strength, Telepathy, and Flight, you just ramp the villain up. They're steady. They're getting attack bonus. They're getting scheme bonus. Their attacks are doing overkill, actually giving them +2 to their attack. And they have retaliate, right? I think they can be fun. And then they, whenever you say, what is this card? Does it matter? Sure. It always matters. All the treacheries automatically get boosted because they're going to have the associated trait. I like them as a triple.
Yeah, me too. They're just more effective altogether. Then they hit you much harder than they do alone. So I really like them in Sinister. It just works out really well. It just falls a little flat when it's just a single set, because I could see some of these working if the villains had the same cards that some of the minions do, but they don't. Oh, maybe it's just future design space.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity here for like house rules too, where you shuffle in their permanent setup cards and none of the rest of them. And when you draw that one, then you shuffle in the rest of the set, or you're like, you're going to play with one of them. And like, I don't know. I like the idea of them coming together, but also being able to somehow tweak it around. I think there's some neat options there with them. And I've played some villains with all 3 and just gotten wrecked. So
really, yeah,
the Hood would destroy you with these.
There's not a lot of them, so he burns through the deck. He's huge to start with. Yeah, there's a lot of options. So, Mike, I want to know what the listeners think of not just Telepathy, but all 3. Do they have any fun house rules? Do they do anything interesting with them? Who do you put these into that really changes the game up?
Yeah.
Well, how would they let us know that?
Well, they can email us at criticalencounterspod@gmail.com, or they can find us on Facebook or YouTube by searching for Critical Encounters. Hey, you can also find us on Twitch or Patreon by searching for Critical Encounters Podcast. And on Discord, we are Vargane, Big Foam Loaf, and Wandering 2. If you like our show, tell your friends. If you don't like our show, tell your enemies. Domino, take us out. I dare you to call me Peaches again.
Someone is out there. I don't remember. Who are you? Was that too bad for the reenactment people?
That might be too bad.
Grunt 2 is a bad actor.
I'll be better in the next one.
I love that Steve's remedy for bad acting is Southern
Hillbilly.
accent. Oh, the Hills Have Nerds are going to be outraged.